So hours after news broke that Diddy was getting charged with 3 serious felony charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex, trafficking by force, and transportation for prostitution, Kim Porter's BFF Kimora Lee dropped a few comments on how pleased she was that Diddy was finally getting prosecuted, and girl, what started as a few comments soon turned to a rant, and she spilled some never-been-heard information on how Diddy unalived Kim Porter. Every time we think the allegations against Diddy can't possibly get any worse, more and more disturbing information like this pops out. So a few hours after news broke that Diddy was arrested on felony charges, Kimora Lee, who has held grudges against Diddy over the years over the shady circumstances surrounding the death of Kim Porter, has broken her silence, and girl, she just revealed details on how Diddy unalived Kim Porter. Diddy, over the last 2 decades, has been accused of some of the most horrifying things you can think of, and that includes being behind the death of Kim Porter. Now I'm sure some of you must be wondering why a criminal investigation was not opened. Well, it is because there was no evidence linking Diddy to the crime, but people close to Kim Porter who saw how she was treated by Diddy and the circumstances surrounding her death knew there was foul play there, and the only person that had something to gain with her death was Diddy. So for those who might not be aware, the sudden passing of Kim Porter raised a lot of eyebrows, and there have been a lot of wild rumors and conspiracy theories surrounding the manner she passed away. While some say it was a natural death, Kimora Lee and her family believe the death was planned. See, Kimora was one of the first people to arrive at Kim's house, and per the photos leaked by the press, Kimora looked visibly upset and could not stop crying. Kimora later wrote in a heartfelt message on Instagram, "This is unbelievable. When I first heard the news, I was angry that someone would play such a stupid-ass joke. They said you were in your room sleeping. Aoki and I rushed inside to tell you to get up and come outside, but soon as I arrived, I realized you would not come." After Kim's death, an autopsy was conducted and foul play was immediately suspected. During the investigation, something unusual occurred. Ed Winter, the coroner originally assigned to the case, ruled Kim's death a homicide after finding traces of poison in her body. However, he was abruptly removed from the case and prohibited from continuing the investigation. A second coroner took over, but his actions raised suspicion. It took him 2 weeks to conclude that Kim had died from pneumonia, a diagnosis that typically doesn't require that much time, leading to speculation that they were stalling to find an alternative cause of death. Additionally, the second coroner completely disregarded Ed Winter's findings of poisoning, and to this day, no one knows what happened to Ed's original autopsy report, adding to the mystery surrounding Kim's death. A friend of Kim Porter, who didn't want to be named, said there were questions about the manner in which she died. The friend said the reports about Kim being found unresponsive by the house help was a lie made up by Diddy. She was actually found on her bed with blood on her pillowcases and a slight trail of blood on the bedroom floor that led to the bathroom. She was also strategically placed on the bed to mess with the police investigation. Now, after Kim died, it was reported that she was writing a book that centered on her toxic relationship with Diddy, and the content of the book could lead to a federal investigation. This was believed to be the reason why Diddy put a hit on her, so the book could never be released. One of the publishers of the book actually confirmed this when they said, "Sean has put the clamps on Kim Porter's book from making it to the shelves, but are we really surprised?" The book was set to reveal some explosive details, such as how Kim's house was wired and her phone lines tapped, how Diddy paid people to monitor her closely, and even disturbing claims about her personal life. It was said that she used a strap-on to satisfy Diddy, often breaking down in tears afterward. The book also mentions how she protected Al B. Sure, by warning him to avoid certain places to keep him from running into Diddy. Even more shocking were the claims that the East Coast-West Coast rivalry was staged, with the real goal being to eliminate Biggie and Tupac in order to seize control of their music catalogs. Allegedly, both Pac and Biggie had been planning to unite and challenge Bad Boy and Death Row for ownership of their music rights. Now, a few months ago, when Cassie filed her lawsuit detailing all the inhumane treatment she got from Diddy in their decade-old relationship, Kimora Lee was one of the first people to throw her support behind Cassie and also urged the FBI to reopen investigations into the passing of Kim Porter. However, just 2 days after she urged the FBI to reopen Kim Porter's case, Kimora posted some really disturbing pictures of firefighters trying to put out the fire with the caption, "My house caught fire. Kids and I are all fine. I cannot express enough my deepest gratitude to the numerous battalions, ladders, and units that attended to us for many hours today and quite possibly saved our lives. Thank you. In looking at the content of Cassie's lawsuit, we have every reason to believe Diddy was behind the fire at Kimora Lee's home, and we all know he did it to send a message to her to stay away from the press and all. But now that it is looking very likely that Diddy is going to be gone for a long time, Kimora Lee has come forward with details of how Diddy unalived Kim Porter. Now, according to Kimora Lee, Kim Porter was poisoned, and the whole pneumonia report was BS. She revealed she and Kim still talked the day she died, and she told her on the phone that she was scared Diddy was going to put his hands on her. Kimora told her that Kim Porter told her about her fears, but instead she got poisoned. And Kimora Lee blamed Diddy's bodyguards, who he put to watch over Kim Porter, for carrying out the act. She revealed that Diddy gave them the order to use the poison on her, and after she died, her body was strategically placed there. Now, Kimora Lee isn't the first person to accuse Diddy of using poison that produces pneumonia-like effects. Before the whole Cassie lawsuit thing happened, Jaguar Wright called him out for having such deadly poison at his disposal. Now, this would take like 2 minutes, but listen to what Jaguar Wright said about Diddy.
But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And
Kimora Lee exposing how Diddy killed Kim Porter had fans talking, and they left comments saying, "I actually like Kimora. Her and Kim were good friends. Of course, she knows something we don't know. I pray she stays safe. If Diddy has killed all the people he's accused of killing, then that makes him a serial killer. Why is nobody saying that? Don't forget the coroner that did the autopsy died. He ruled Kim's death as a homicide." So do you think Diddy really had Kim Porter killed, or do you think there's a lot more to this news than what we are being told? Let me know what you think in the comments, then check out this next video.